I would say, is just how high his damage stat is. Potentially getting very, very early knockout confirms with stuff like this.
Orange! 10 seconds orange! Deep orange! Okay, yeah, as you mentioned, I mean, yeah, what a timing. What a perfect timing, Junebug.
Yeah, no,
Red.
commentator's blessing there as Stingray just already in the red percent. Now this is Axe and Light KO percent potentially. Looking for.
Are we gonna do the? Are we gonna do the thing we did at CEO Kaina versus Sandstorm, where we were counting the amount of hits Stingray is using here to find the knockouts? Because I can tell you right now that the count will be low.
Oh yeah, we might be able to keep track of it because it's so low.
It'll be on the stat page for sure.
Yeah, so Stingray, I mean, but Flower doing a good job slowing it down with a great read on that signature. As much as Stingray had momentum going into that, now Flower's slowing it down.
Let's get that side light in, tries to follow it up with the D light as well, but Stingray is able to slip out of there. Stingray able to pick up. Oh, that's a missed true combo right there. Side light, end light.
Oh yeah, I thought Stingray was going for a read on a dodge down, but that makes way more sense that he was.
You will always, if you input the attack just one frame before the jump, which is almost always the reason you miss that true combo, it will come out as side light, end light.
Okay. All right. Oh. Yeah, it's overshooting that side light a little too much. Recovery. Setting up the wall too. I mean, Flower's walling, so impressive.
Alright, trying to get that weapon, but Flower, nice patience there. Knowing that Stingray eventually is gonna have to go for that weapon, right? Just wait for it. By the time he does, you're ready with a hammer Sair.
I mean, Flower on a monster run right now. Taking Java to the brink, potentially. Alright, yeah, and Stingray managed to post it out, but potentially being able to beat Stingray would be huge for him.
Stingray sticking to the axe now, looking quite damaged, and I mean, we cannot stress this enough. 8 strength axe, if he's able to connect some of these hits, this is going to be evened out faster than you could believe. Endlight comes out, side light Nair, ground pound just like that. That's going to be 4 hits, but a dare, well placed dare, puts Stingray into a position where that could have been the knockout. Flower not able to find the high commitment, high risk, high reward offstage situation.
Okay, Stingray with a lot of control here. Tried to find the D-Light anti-air. Goes to center stage, swings the N-Light as Flower hits that close to red percent. They both have their KO weapons out and about. Who's going to find it, though? As Stingray tries to overshoot, might have worked too. Flower just throwing out the signature. Oh my god. You're dodging into the Flower signature yet again.
D-light there, and that's going to be the stock. Alright, no, we're gonna get the total amount of light attacks and the accuracy. I got my calculator pulled up right now, ready to see how many hits Stingray connected for him to win the game. But we're gonna look at the replays first.
Yep, D-light Nair for like second stock as well, and then a classic to finish out the game. A lot of damage coming out from Bo. And then 70 light attacks with a 43% accuracy. I want to say that's around 30
so it was quite even.
Like 30,
yeah, 30.
31?
30.
30. Okay.
But that's also, I mean, Flower had an accuracy of 48% and connected 61 attacks. So that's also, sorry, hit throughout 61. So that's quite even, honestly. So
yeah.
We have been we have been proven to overhype this 8 strength axe.
Yeah, it just started out so good for Stingray that I was like, okay, this is gonna be this sort of set. But now, I mean, Flower doing a great job of holding it down. Oh my god, down here to the stage. Sair into the stage. Another
okay,
one.
Flower. Alright, recovery
god.
to deny the wall touch. Stingray is able to get back on stage, but man, that was a masterclass on how to exploit your opponent whenever they don't have enough options to really mix up their way that they get back to the wall.
Yeah, but can Flower find this confirmed for the knockout? I feel like versus other players, they've been finding this D-Light Sair a little easier, and Stingray's like showing that he's scouting it. Like, Stingray's showing that big brain right now.
Yeah, for sure. Stingray not going for the weapon. All right, it is finally going to be the cannon. D-Light there tries to go for the connection as well. Gets the axe before Flower is able to get the weapon start.
Oh my
Flower
God.
really wanted to change his weapon there. Stingray going unarmed yet again.
All right, not getting the KO though. Hammer is back online. Stingray knows the D-Light Sarah is coming, and Flower needs to mix it up or something. Like, okay. And that's exactly what he needed, just to dodge through into the end light. And Flower opting for a hammer at low percent, scouting things out with this now.
Able to get the end light into side light. Tries to go for the recovery as well for the high risk, high reward. I mean, you're down in red. We mentioned this quite frequently. You're down in red, you might as well go for an option like that, right?
Mm-hmm. And racking up so much damage. Weapon toss, D-Light Sair. And, I mean, even though the D-Light Sair has not been working at the KO percents, it's been racking up a lot of damage now. Is Flower going to get hit by another Axe Sair? Another N-Light Axe Sair off the right side is going to do it.
All right.
All right. And the hammer coming out yet again.
Stomp there, stopping Stingray right in his tracks. Dare is gonna do it for the edge guard as well. Such a nice option on Hammer. An option that doesn't get used that often. Jump, reverse, dare to catch someone getting back onto the stage. Very strong.
Yeah, I like it a lot because people will often jump to avoid the D-Light setups, and then if you're like going up there before them, you can catch them with down air before. So yeah.
Alright, throwing that weapon away. Full stock lead so far for Flower, and I'm seeing that bow picked up with Stingray very close to the edge. I got word for edge guard set of potential. Flower has proven to be quite good at those against Stingray whenever he's on that bow.
Oh my God. Finding the signature though. Will Stingray be able to make this comeback, or is Flower just gonna kind of tap it in? We're gonna tap it in. Oh wow, what a cross-up downlight into Sair. Dashing through there, but it's all damage,
Okay, down to orange by now. And we mentioned it earlier, Flower having potentially some difficulties connecting these D-lights onto Stingray, but whenever he does, that's gonna be a ton of damage, a ton of knockback. Tries to go for that dare again, but Stingray is mindful of his options right now, mindful of his movement. D-light Sair's gonna close it out that time though. 1-1 on the board. Flower playing very well here in the second game.
Yeah, brilliant conditioning going on from Flower. I mean, just showing that, like, D-Light Sair at the very end, after the down air coming out, and we saw a down air even earlier in that stock into the D-Light Sair. So just showing layers upon layers of knockout confirms that you have to avoid. The signatures being 0% is fine. It's Yumiko. We don't want them to hit most of the time anyway. It's just zones. We're controlling zones. But yeah, it's mostly been Hammer, and yeah, I feel like Stingray started off really strong this set with the cannon, and then we've been seeing mostly Axe. So I wonder if we will see it return to cannon, or yeah, it's just going to be sort of the slow-paced Axe neutral for the rest of the set.
No,
also, we could potentially see. Yeah, go ahead. I was gonna say we could potentially see a switch here.
We're seeing both of the players hovering over their legend picks currently. Now, Flower, no surprises. If he picks anything other than Yumiko, I'm going to be at a loss for words. But as you mentioned, Stingray still has a lot of potential for other legend picks. Zol Is Zol out of character for Stingray? Potentially it is a little bit out of character for Stingray to be on a Zol. Of course he has a very strong axe, but the cannon is also present, but I would expect more something like a Orion. I definitely remember Stingray most for the Orion Glory days, but we're seeing actually the Asuri locked in here.
Wow.
Taking some inspiration from the EU and the SA regions perhaps. We've seen a lot of Asuri this weekend.
And I mean, Asuri a very strong champ with both the sword and the katars you have. You know, your classic shell of neutral and string. And I mean, Stingray is definitely a player that can cook. So let's see what they're gonna opt for initially. Going for the sword here, and I like the sword into both hammer and bow.
And I mean, Stingray, if Stingray wants to start cheesing, I mean, you've got you got the king of signature cheesing. You got Katara and Sig on Asuri.
Oh, trying to find a side light there. All right.
They received the first one. First Katara neutral signature. I'm sorry, I'm gonna count them. I can't.
Yeah,
not.
we can count them. We can count them. Right.
Signature
That is signature
up.
number. That's signature number 2, but it wasn't Qatar Ensig, so I don't know.
Yeah,
if
it doesn't count.
Count that.
Does not count. No. Only the neutral signatures now. Flower didn't get hit by that one. Keeping him off stage. Nice there. Going to confirm the stock as well. Probably sticking to the Qatars here. Yes, indeed. Yep. If he's able to pick up a dodge read, of course, it's Qatars. It's going to be massive damage.
Yeah. Oh my God. And playing so close to Flower right now. Goes for an overshoot as Flower dashes in. Looking for, alright, potential Nair. No, but D-Light Sayer stopping all momentum for Stingray. Oh, and the down air and just sent into the blast zone there.
Very nice recovery. Very nice recovery, interrupting that down air that Stingray threw out. Quite a tight hitbox. He was very close to Flower's hurt box at that point.
Right.
Definitely catching at the very edge of the recovery hitbox. Now Flower, nice string to even out the damage even further. He's putting himself in the game here after Stingray got quite a good first stock.
Yeah, oh my God. Flower with a lot of momentum here. And I like, even though the end light didn't work, I like that idea, showing that like, hey, I know you're gonna try and cross me up here, Stingray. I'm scouting these.
Able to get that Saren, goes for the weapon throw. Flower able to dodge it though. Not able to get the edge guard. As we go back onto center stage though, Stingray's sword has been looking phenomenal so far. The GCD light recovery is going to be enough to get the knockout.
Stingray winning the battle of the D-Lights there as manages to avoid the hammer D-Light while getting a GCD light of his own. And still, I mean, the Qatar's been working out. Oh, Flower dodging through though. Okay. Stingray with a cross-up side light. Okay. Yeah, I mean, Flower's just had a good timings on his dodges, I guess. Stingray not able to get anything, really.
Stomps there, comes out. Not going to be enough for a knockout, though. Recovery, yet again. Flower, so good at that. Using a slide charge signature just to put, you know, the zoning out there, and if it doesn't hit, Stingray, he has to go. He has to go back to the stage, and the timing is just right for the hammer recovery to line up every time.
Stingray opting for the sword now, too. I mean, I think the Qatars just haven't been working out maybe as much. So, yeah, trying to get something started with the sword, and it's working out. Okay.
Are able to get the recovery to get back onto the stage now. Gets that NSA, goes for the ground pound, but Stingray is nowhere to be seen. He's already back onto the stage.
And look at the spacing from Stingray. Oh! Flower throwing out a GC downlight of his own. Alright,
waiting patiently here around the weapon. Able to get that Saren to push him away a little bit. Side signature comes out. Flower is able to reposition to the right side of the stage.
Okay, wow. Potential there. Oh, wow. Side light into side sig. I think we only saw one neutral sig that game, Polly.
We did only see one neutral sig. I can't lie. I don't know how I feel about that. I'm not sure if I'm not sure if I'm disappointed Stingray isn't cheesing as much, or if I am happy to see that Stingray is just playing really safe and sound, solid and good to Brawlhalla.
Yeah, and I mean, winning a last hit game like that's gonna be huge for the momentum. So Flower gonna be sticking with the Yumiko going into this final match. Looking pretty even on the weapon damage ratios, as Stingray picking up more damage with the sword, and sticking with the Asuri, which I respect.
Yeah, I mean, the Asuri was already working out. You picked up you picked up a game off of the turnaround where Flower got one, so you have a working formula. You might as well run with it to the ground. In game number 5, we could potentially see another legend swap if it gets to that point. Oh, the neutral signature. Won the neutral signature in the first stock. Maybe it is only one the neutral signature in the first stock. It's lining up with the last game.
Yeah, Stingray's got a quota. He's got his one.
Oh, GCD like ground pound. About to get the stock as well. It also struck me, Junebug. You mentioned when you mentioned the battle of the D-lights. Whenever Stingray used the GC D-light on the sword, Flower really doesn't use GC D-light on Hammer. Which you're against Qatars, I get it, but we've seen Flower for 3 sets now. I'm not sure if we have really not seen many GC D-lights.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, it's an option that kind of the current the world champion does, or kind of the mid-season champion is definitely a big fan of. So I think it's very strong on Hammer, so it's interesting that Flower is not opting to use it. Just opting for the little more safe stuff. Okay, all right. I mean, Stingray sort of threw away the stock there, but got a lot of damage. Potentially could have converted something there.
Yeah, I mean, if he hit that, that would have been the knockout, but not able to do so. And you mentioned the lead. Flower is kind of balancing this lead out right now with some of this bow neutral. Stingray able to get some hits of his own, though. I'm not sure if that was a read or a reaction. It was kind of delayed. The down dodge. Oh, that's it.
Stingray like down air towards the stage, but then ended up drifting back at the last second, not able to touch. Unfortunate. Because Flower has a lot of momentum here. We could be seeing another Stingray switch. Or does he stick it out with the Asuri? But, I mean, this game is not over yet. Flower's just been cooking on this bow, though.
Stingray. The pressure is intense as he's sticking close to Flower, as close as possible, without being too much in the danger zone. Swapping over to the Qatars now. Signature is not going to connect. Flower able to interrupt that with the sidelights, and Flower's lead is starting to look we're getting closer and closer to a GG here.
Oh my god, yeah. All right, side sig. Stingray opting for the Qatars at this low percent. All right, let's see if Stingray could get any really good Qatar string started, because he's gotten like some nice openings, but yeah, Flower just mashing Enlight out of the string there. Again, not finding the reads he's necessarily wanted.
Anyone's game at this point. Flower tunnel visioning that D-light. Actually, a scratch that. He's been going for some nairs and some Sares. It is actually going to be a dare to find the knockout. And we are moving into game 5, Junebug.
Wow, impressive stuff from Flower. And we mentioned that Flower layer right there before, where Flower has his D-lights, where if you avoid that, you'll start going for these like full hop down air setups, where like you're jumping to avoid the D-light and you're jumping into the down air instead. Very, very important 95, as we say with the Hammer. Such a good weapon for getting KOs. Are we going to see another swap? It looks like we're staying Asuri.
We are staying on the Asuri, and I want to mention the damage was in favor of the Qatars this game. Last time around, it was in favor for the sword.
Oh yeah, it's well spotted. Can Stingray get something started with the Qatar strings? I feel like okay. That's been a big theme of this set. Whereas Flower's bowstrings have been pretty solid, you know. Like Flower's getting a lot of damage here. And all of a sudden, Stingray's near the knockout percent. Okay, big string potential. Oh.
Alright, sticking, trying to get a weapon as quickly as possible. Flower able to get that D-light there, and though down sig to zone out a little bit. Stomp is missed, but you're able to turn around with an instant end light. Nice wake-up option.
Oh, D-light. Again, Flower with the lead. This is going to be huge. Stingray, I mean, gonna need to build some percent and then potentially look for some sword play. Okay. Right. Oh, the recovery was not connected. Dodge out there was smart from Flower.
Oh, what a spot dodge at the very last part of the 3-part signature that is. Stingray able to connect the second one though and take that stock off. He has the weapon advantage here. If he's able to get the opening attack, he gets the opening attack, but it's not gonna lead into anything.
Okay, Enlight, pressure. Just diving into Flower there as you rack up a lot of damage. Sair back onto the stage. Oh my god, they're both crossing each other up. but Flower's back on his neutral weapon of choice. A lot of end lights coming out. Center stage too. I love that. Stingray dashes up, crosses Flower up, Flower dashing to the other side of the stage. Such good neutral being shown.
D-Sig and Lights, one of the few times Flower has been allowed to go for one of the D-Sig true combos. Alright,
Okay.
able to get an Endlight, keep Flower away from touching the ground. Whenever he does so though, he's back to searching for that stomp. Side light to catch off of whatever Stingray was falling from that N-Sig.
Okay, Flower unable to get much started here. Oh my god! Trying to get the weapon toss, but no resources from Flower. Flower's gonna be KO'd. And Stingray with a huge comeback right now. Flower on the bow
comeback
too.
potential.
Yeah,
He used the GC, but I mean you can't get in there. You have the Wisps in front of you. The zoning at its finest.
Flower needs to find that hammer. Unless opting for the bow. As usual, last stock, game 5. Who's gonna take it?
Well, we've watched Flower for a lot of games in a row right now, and so far it's been Flower 2 times out of 3. Let's see if Stingray can be the statistical anomaly at this point. Able to throw out the Endlight, get him down to orange at this point. He swaps over to the Qatars to try and find a knockout.
Okay, yeah. A lot of control here from Stingray. Oh, finds the hole in that string, but Stingray swaps to the sword just as Flower gets into the red %. This is huge. Swaps back to the Qatars, though. Oh my god. Double side sig coming out.
Tried to catch that landing. Sair is going to push him away. Is he going to commit to the offstage? No, he's waiting at the center. Flower, you got to come to me, man. He will do so with a nair, throwing him up into the air. Tries to get a bit of a juggle started.
Oh!
And Sig very close. D-Light Sair! Barely any options, but he touched the ground. He has his options back.
Oh my god. And Stingray managing to get a weapon. This is one hit from either player, and Flower takes it.
Flower is going to be advancing even further through the bracket. We've been watching their entire elimination side run at this point against Shade and now against Stingray. They're sitting comfortably at 9th, and they're going to be going up against the Radish for an opportunity to enter the top 8.